So I've owned several McCaffrey or Farmco, short for French American Reed Manufacturing Company, products before, including the trusty old readometer, which I use all the time. And I was curious about these reeds when I first opened them, but I didn't really think too much about them. I kind of just thought, oh, here's some old gimmick reed. You can see that it doesn't have any bark. So I just thought, oh, okay, Isovibrant. It's some kind of an old, thing that's got this little notch cut out of the back. They kind of reminded me of some of the vibrator reeds that I've seen before that have grooves cut along the bark. And then I started doing a little bit more research, and I found this old pamphlet which explains how these reeds are made of the choicest French cane on irrefutable scientific principles by exclusive process on patented precision machines. And I just had to read more. So I'm not going to read all of this. But you can see here that what we're explaining is that the old process of making reeds, according to this company, is that you have a tube of cane, and the tip of the reed, by nature of the way that the reeds are manufactured, the tip of the cane is closest to the inside portion of the tube of the cane. And the claim here is that because of that, the tip of the reed is the most likely part to expand. The fibers at the tip are the most likely to expand, and what will happen is that the reeds will get soggy because they'll always tend inwards along the natural path of expansion into the body of the cane. And so what these reeds are is it's not just that they cut them and cut the bark off, they actually cut the reed out of the middle of the tube of cane. So you take the tube, you split it, you come up with your reed blank, but in the case of these reeds, they're thicker, the reed blanks are thicker, and what you have is somehow a process that sets that blank on an angle, and cuts the reed out so that the tip is closer to the middle. So it's closer to the bark, which would be represented by the top here. So this is a kind of an interesting idea, actually, and it must be, it must have been hard to come up with this manufacturing process, because it's much easier to just take the tube, make a blank, make it flat, make the reed. This is like a whole other thing, and they're pretty proud of it here. It says the exceptionally high degree of accuracy and great uniformity in the cut and playing strength of McCaffrey Isovibrant reeds are due to M. McCaffrey's exclusive and patented diamond cut process of reed manufacture. The diamond cutters, once sharpened and set, do not require removal from the machines for resharpening, as is the case with the usual steel cutters. Consequently, they can shave millions of reeds without being disturbed. The millionth McCaffrey Isovibrant reed coming off the machine is as accurate in proportions and as smoothly shaved as the first one. That's some great marketing. And this little diagram here, which shows in comparison to this reed, which is soggy and tending towards the tip of the mouthpiece always, this reed is super vibrant. It goes into the mouthpiece tip rail, and it goes out with equal force. So in order to get vibrations strong enough to produce a good tone, the player must use a stronger reed and greater lip and wind pressure. This is the older reeds. Instead of being free to concentrate on technique and expression, he must think instead first of getting a good tone quality in tune and to control it. The patent McCaffrey Isovibrant reed overcomes this difficulty. How great does that sound? And yeah, I really want to find one of these clear plastic hygienic tubes, guaranteed by the factory to keep my reed perfect. Pretty cool. And I like the old price list here too. By the dozen or by the 100. Crazy. So these come in boxes of 12 or 25. I have a box of 25. We've got our little logo, which shows the equal vibrations in towards the tip and out. McCaffrey. Farmco. These look pretty beautiful. Okay, well, we've got a chipped tip there, but what can you expect? These reeds are from 1940. Okay, all right. Another chipped tip. That one's nice. I'm going to hold this up to the light so that I can see it. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely tell that the fibers at the tip of the reed are way thicker than you would have otherwise. Now, that's normally regarded as a bad thing, but what we're saying here, what McCaffrey is claiming, is that that's the way to go. This is just such a weird process that they went through to make these. Let's see how they stack up in terms of strength. Nine and a half, 10 neighborhood for that one. How consistent are we? Pretty consistent. It's a 9. That's an 8.5. But, you know, for $2 for a box of a dozen reeds, that's not bad. I'll call that a 9. It's a hair over a 9, really. Right around a 9.5. So of the 5 that I've done, pretty consistent. The ones that are packaged a little bit deeper in seem to be in even better shape. I don't want to test all of these, and I don't want to play all of these because they're pretty rare. I've never seen these before. 10.5. This one's looking a little gnarly compared to the others. Not in terms of the way that it's cut, but it seems like we might have some fungal activity going on in this one. Oh, whoa. And I think that the readometer might bear that out. I don't think I'm going to play this one. Seems like it's had some decay going on over the years. I'll actually get that out of the box so that the others don't become infected. All right. They're even rounded off a little bit at the bottom here. Not very evenly, but rounded off nonetheless. Let's see how they play. All right, I've got my clarinet here. I've got a little pile of Isovibrant reeds. This one looks like a good candidate, as good as any. It's weird not feeling that bark there. Also, this strange little notch that they took out of the back just feels very different. I imagine that, you know, one of the unintended side effects of this different way that they're cutting the cane is that sometimes there's a tendency for warping, I would think. But maybe not. This seems like it's fairly flat. This one's a little soft for me. I'm going to see if I can find one that's slightly harder. The other thing that I don't like about not having the bark there is I feel like I have to be extra careful with the ligature because I feel like I could damage the reed fairly easily. Maybe if I just recenter this a little bit, I'll have a better read on this. Get it? A better read on it. It's like a joke. There's definitely all kinds of different stuff going on with the way that these feel. They are more responsive in the higher register than they are more responsive in the higher register than I would have thought. Or more responsive than I'm used to, maybe. But oddly, down low, they seem really stuffy, at least the ones that I've tried so far. And this is just on a regular old Van Doren 5RV Lyre, engraved 5RV Lyre. So not quite 1940s material, but a little older. I feel like they have a lot more production noise in them than I'm used to on any other reed that I've ever played. You know what I'm going to do is switch to a different mouthpiece, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've put on my old Leylandé. This is the Strasser SML Quality Superior. And this has been refaced by my friend Jerry Corton. Shout out to Jerry. I still really like both of these mouthpieces that I have a Strasser and a Malern that are both Quality Superior, both refaced by Jerry, and I really like both of them. What just happened there? Oh, I broke this one. Alright, so I broke that last one with my lip, which I don't think has ever happened to me before. So there is something that I like about the attacks up high, but so far that's the only really good quality that I've found. You see, this was the first one that I tried again, which looks like it's held up pretty well to a little bit of playing and drying, so that's always a good sign. Something good might be happening with this one. These have a really, actually a really nice vibrancy once I've played them in a little bit and gotten used to what's going on. But I feel like with a little bit more strength at the tip like these have, it's a different kind of strength at the tip than anything I've ever played before. It's not thicker. It's not that it's a harder reed. It really is like what the advertisement is claiming. It feels like there's a more equal tendency for the tip of the reed to vibrate both into the tip rail of the mouthpiece and back. It really does actually feel like that. And it's hard to describe what that does to the playing. Oh, it's been a while with this one. So it can't go quite as high as I would like it or need it to go, really. But I have to say that there are a lot of qualities about this reed that I actually really enjoy. And it's a shame that they don't exist anymore. For all of the crazy things that people are trying to do in terms of equipment and all of the things that are out there, this is actually the only thing that I've ever seen that is really substantially different in the way that it's being manufactured and in the claims behind the reason for the different process of putting the tip of the reed closer to the bark of the actual raw cane. It's a very interesting idea, and it's something that I think I'd like to see more innovation sort of in this direction in the reed making world, especially for how expensive a box of reeds is today. Thank you for watching this review of the McCaffery Isovibrant reed. I'm not sure who this review is for, since you can't buy these anymore, but maybe if you are lucky on eBay like I was, you'll find a box. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like this kind of content, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this manufacturing process, and if you think that the difference is all just in my head. See you next time.